like jazz.
Go follow us, otherwise we'll kidnap your mom.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, your mom.
Right. Let's go.
Talking to you, Caroline from America.
Which one's Caroline?
Caroline from
No,
Carolina.
no. You don't have to ask who it is. You just have to hope that someone called Caroline from America.
There's definitely a Caroline in Carolina.
Oh yeah. She's bullied.
She's
at
a
school.
mayor.
She's
Mayor of Carolina.
Mayor.
Do you reckon there's a guy called Chad?
Me.
Like KTM.
Imagine being called England.
Anyway, what are we doing today, lads?
Childhood films.
Oh, well, my childhood was alright. I don't know about yours.
I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to, so
Well,
I assume it was adequate.
Well, did you have fun?
Not really.
Your parents will be
Oh, here we
listening to
go.
this.
For £3 a month, you can sponsor a child in Sheffield.
I don't know. I
Give them the
can just
childhood they
imagine
deserve.
Jack's days as a child, just climbing trees and throwing rocks at runners or something.
See, I was with you until climbing trees, and then he was like,
I was like, yeah, I can
throwing
relate
rocks.
to that. Throwing rocks.
It's
I
like
don't know about that.
Like when we watched Ted 2 the other day,
Yeah.
and they go onto the roof and just throw fruit at like nearby joggers.
Yeah.
I think every episode we should try and get a reference to Ted 2 in.
Yeah, it was a
Just-
bloody good
This is
film.
it now. This is the beginning.
Wonder how they make their revenue. This podcast.
Mm.
You know how that critically acclaimed film, Ted 2?
Can you be sponsored by Ted 2?
Don't think you can. But yeah, we're going to be talking about films from the childhood. We're just talking about total shit like we usually do.
We're probably so we're all 18, 19.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
I'm 12.
that's the deepest, manliest voice.
I'm 12.
So what were we saying, like 2000 to 2008, 9 or something like that?
Just like, whatever you count as your childhood, I'd say everything before
I'd say-
13.
Yeah, okay.
Before it just went downhill.
Yeah. Before
Like,
Drake started making
2015, things started getting a little bit freaky. I count that at a stretch as my last
Little
year
bit
of
worrying.
childhood.
music.
Yeah.
So I started to get nervous.
Yeah. Carly Rae Jepsen come out and
No, it was like, everything's going normal. 2015, it was kind of like a downhill, and then everything since 2016 has just been pure ape mode.
So has anyone got any in mind?
Shark Tale.
Oh,
Class movie.
What a good starting point.
that's a strong
That's
film.
it, that's the cold open now, does it? Shark Tale. Ooh.
I find like not many people actually
With-
talk about that film enough.
Yeah,
Shark Tale with Will Smith, whose voice still sounds the same over the last
And his
30
face.
years.
He still looks the same as well. Who did he do? Did he do the main fish?
it was an Oscar.
Oscar the
'Cause I know there was one of the Bob Marley's son did the jellyfish.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you know they were like reggae, weren't they? Two reggae jellyfish.
He had like 18 sons, so.
Yeah, he did have a lot.
It was that shrimp in the restaurant where it's like, please don't hurt me, I have a family. And I was like,
I can't remember most. I remember there was a big car wash, but it was like for
Yeah.
whales.
Yeah, the whale wash.
The whale wash.
Do you think it's really weird how many films we have that are about talking fish? I mean,
Help
I
on the
think that was
fish.
just DreamWorks' response to Finding Nemo, like, you know that film
Yeah.
Ants with a Z?
yeah.
It's just kind of like A Bug's Life, but with ants instead of bugs.
I've never looked at a fish though and just thought, I wonder what's going on in his life.
I thought a whale wash was a pretty cool idea.
that's like, you know, Spies in Disguise with like, well, Will Smith and Tom Holland. I thought, oh, this could be really interesting. And then Will Smith turned into like a pigeon.
Pigeon, yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I looked who made the film, and I was like, the same guys who made Rio. They have a bird fetish.
Which one's Rio?
No, Rio's a class film, man.
You know the one where the blue bird
Rio's okay.
who can't fly,
Okay.
can actually fly.
Not to start the
think I
debate
remember
about
that,
Rio.
yeah.
And it
That's
has
what
Will I Am in it.
Wait, so you actually went to see Spies in Disguise?
No. Who did?
No, I don't think anyone went to see that.
How did you see it then? Is that out on like DVD already? Or do you just pirate it?
No, I didn't see Spies in Disguise.
Right.
Like, I looked at the trailer and I was like, oh, this is
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember watching the trailer. Thinking, no, this is this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he turns into a pigeon.
Yeah, and I was like,
Pigeon's
really?
plot twist, man.
I saw the trailer and I saw that bit where they had it was like the pigeon's perspective.
Mm.
It was like a proper
Yeah, it's
360.
360. Yeah.
I found that pretty cool. Like as far as interesting things in Spies in Disguise can go.
Cameron's texting his bae.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at the cast for Shark Tale. It's quite interesting, actually.
I didn't know.
Texting my mum.
I didn't know Jack Black was in it.
Jack Black is in it. He
He's in
plays
everything.
Lenny.
Fish. Not the fish.
He's the little the shark that
Oh yeah, of course. The what are they called?
what
are
is
they
what called? What?
Isn't he like a
I'm gonna rip the bag, by the way,
What's
if it makes
that?
any noise.
shark
So-
called? It's like the black and white ones.
Do it right.
Isn't that what it is?
I don't know what sharks they are in Shark Tale. I don't think they're really that descriptive. But
What do they call it? The black and white shark. Thing.
killer whale.
Killer whale.
Yeah.
Isn't he a killer whale?
That's not a
Isn't it a whale, not a shark?
Well, I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah, it's got Jack Black, Robert De Niro, Ziggy Marley. He said that's the son who plays the reggae jellyfish.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Didn't he do the theme tune for Arthur on CBBC?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey.
Who did?
Wonderful
Wait,
Cozy.
Ziggy Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that
That
one?
does not seem like a Ziggy Marley song.
It doesn't, but hey, we've got Angelina Jolie as well.
Martin
She played
Scorsese.
Yep,
Isn't that the song that
What's he doing in
What a
it?
cast! That is
Isn't-
incredible.
it's
that
quite good, isn't it? I never knew.
Isn't that the film that
Is that
has
the cast of
the
Shark
I
Tale?
like
Yeah.
big butts and I can't out why? Isn't it?
I've
that
not
film?
seen it in a long time.
Came out in 2004 and made $367.3 million US
Jesus.
dollars.
I can't believe all these world-class actors and directors came together to make Shark Tale.
They could have made something amazing, but they made shit.
It's
Well,
good.
it is amazing.
It is.
No, it's not. Everyone hates it.
Who hates it? You.
I do
Oh,
not hate it.
actually, no, it was my favourite film when I was about 8.
Right,
feel
there you
like
go
they
then.
had to
What
call
are we
it
talking about?
Shark
Childhood
Tale.
films.
Because the idea of Shark Story was a bit too close to Toy Story.
Yeah, Shark Tale just sounds better as well.
Toy Tale.
Oh, that's grim. Toy Tale.
Toy Tale. Shark Story.
Playtime.
So yeah.
Playdate.
So that's Jack's suggestion, Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
That's an 8.
I rate that one.
That's an 8.5 for me.
That's a good starting one.
Oh, are we rating the films?
I don't know. If it was, that'd be an 8.5 out of 10.
I watched Nativity when I was a kid.
Isn't that? I don't know. I only really watched.
What, you mean the Christmas film
Yeah.
with Martin Freeman?
Yeah.
That
I quite like Nativity. Bit of a controversial opinion there.
yeah,
Get
it
out.
is.
Throw that out.
I don't know.
I
Your
enjoyed
one's
it.
better. Yeah, because you like David Tennant.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Exactly.
deny that. I don't know. I mean, I watched a load of the Merlin series. That was my favourite series when I was a kid.
That was
Yeah,
good,
it's
yeah.
called Films with the Fellas, not TV with the Fellas. No,
Oh,
Entertainment news with the fellas. Should we start a news podcast where we talk about like politics and stuff,
No,
current
it's-
affairs?
Where was that asteroid that was supposed to hit Earth today?
Oh yeah.
That's what I ask myself every day. Not gonna lie.
okay.
You woke up and went, wait. I woke up.
Well,
Wasn't
if this
supposed to wake up.
podcast doesn't get released, then we all know why. It's because we've all been wiped out by an asteroid, so.
Mm.
Hopefully it doesn't hit us. We'll probably just be like,
No, I
"Oh,
mean, I think it will hit.
Right down on the studio.
No, right down on Gloucester. Just wipes out the whole of Gloucester.
Oh, it's like I've seen an Iron Man freeway just looks on the news and it's like the missile coming into his house. that's the funniest thing. Just
It's that woman. She goes, guys, can we just, guys, and I'm like, fucking turn around.
Just look on the news, you see a freaking boulder right above Park Campus, literally about 3 seconds away.
Everything's wiped out
Yeah.
except the campus cat.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
He's just walking me out.
Nothing can get rid of the campus cat.
He's immortal.
He pushed it.
Literally, Nicole.
It's just the way he looks.
I know.
Like,
Has it-
yeah.
Has everyone officially given up on the campus cat?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Cam
yeah.
and
he
I
spent
let
the
it in.
entire
Yeah, I let him,
last
yeah.
night just chilling.
I mean, it was tipping it down.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's not in the water.
Someone from first floor always takes it out, and I'm like, no.
Well, I'll check it out when I've got time, but if I'm in a rush, I'm just going to.
I just don't bother anymore.
Mm.
Like, you come in, you see it, and it's licking its own asshole. And, and it's like, why bother?
That's me.
Just leave it. It's not doing
Okay,
any
well,
harm.
I guess I'll start my one of the favourite films of my childhood. I'm going with Over the Hedge,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
2006. Love that film.
I feel like you definitely strike me as an over-the-hedge type guy.
So we've got Steve Carell,
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, My God. Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne was in it.
She
was
was a
Heather.
skater boy.
She said, "See you later, boy."
Yeah,
No, I think actually she was that weird goth skunk girl.
Yeah, she was the possum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the goth skunk.
The possum.
I feel like all skunks would be goth.
Yeah, because they pretend to be dead all the time.
But yeah, love that film.
Yeah, and the bear.
The bear, yeah.
Isn't that open season?
No,
No, it's got the bear in it.
He's trying to like pay him back or something.
Yeah, it's the Pringles that are not actually called Pringles in the film, 'cause, you know, copyright. So
I had
yeah,
the DS game for that.
what over the
I
hedge?
remember there being a Wii game, but stuff like that. I was like, how can you make a game out of that?
They did it. They made a game out of anything back
They
then.
will.
Oh yeah. Do you guys remember Lost on Xbox 360?
I've seen it in game. And I'm like, what?
Why did it have a game?
I'm sure there's a Titanic game.
Oh, there's
Like,
multiple.
I wonder how that ends.
John Tron did like a whole episode
dear.
of his channel about Titanic games.
It's not like a shock ending, is it?
Yeah.
Tried
Well, I
to
mean,
say
it wasn't a
like-
shock ending in the movie. I mean,
True.
you know that it's gonna sink.
True.
One of them was like this murder mystery, and it kind of made sense. You weren't playing as Jack or Rose.
It
Like,
was the iceberg.
it wasn't following the film. It was
Yeah,
just
sick.
it was kind of cool 9/12 stuff. And one of them was a game where you played as Jack and you just had to like punch a bunch of stuff. I don't remember that in the film.
Okay.
Now, the real Titanic game was Escape the Titanic on Roblox. I used to play that a lot.
Roblox.
What's Escape the Titanic? What was the aim of the game?
Escape the Titanic.
Yeah, but in what way is the Titanic gonna get you?
Well, it's sinking,
Oh right.
and the
okay.
water, I think, kills you. I've not been. I need to go back on
Great.
Roblox. What a class
So how
game.
do you escape something?
Yeah.
Yeah. How
When
do
you
you
said-
escape that?
Escape the Titanic, I thought it meant like you
Well,
were,
like
you were
people
on
did
the
in the
iceberg
movie.
and it was just coming right at you.
I think I remember you having to try and get on a lifeboat or something. Is Roblox still around? I missed that game.
So,
Roblox
yeah.
is still around.
Any other suggestions then?
What is the worst kids film ever made?
Oh, well, actually, funny you should mention that because
Here
I
we
was
go.
doing my research
Here we fucking
and
go.
I found a few films which nobody remembers fondly. First of all, we've got Slappy and the Stinkers.
I don't.
Just caught my attention. The poster is a sea lion hovering ominously above a bunch of children. It's got a 5 on IMDb,
What?
which is a pretty inadequate score. It doesn't look very good at all. More interestingly, actually, we've got. You remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I found out that it's got a sequel called Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, which is quite a drastic plot development.
Oh, the first
Could
one
you,
was though,
could you imagine just walking in the kitchen and be like, please don't kill me. But I've killed
Imagine like that's the worst.
Like, how
card
does that
ever, innit?
happen? Honey, I'm sorry, I was building a petrol bomb in the garage.
Has it got like a plot on it? Can you read out like a little extract of it?
I've only got a screenshot, I'm afraid.
I'll see
So
if
I'm
I
not
can
sure.
find it. Is it actually a thing?
It's got a 4.8, so it's dropped quite a few points from the
It is as
original.
well.
I like the idea that they just create a series of Honey and like it keeps getting worse and worse every single time.
Honey,
It's
I
like-
sent the kids off to military
What is
school.
number 5 of Honey? I've committed tax
Honey, I
fraud.
committed mass genocide.
It's quite odd because it says instead of Honey I Blew Up Kids, it's Honey I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh,
So
just the one kid.
Just the one.
The
it
rest
says-
is
Yeah, the
No
other one
worries.
died in the last film. Who knows what the hell he was doing?
While working on an experiment, Wayne Slazinski mistakenly strikes his son with a particle beam. As a result, the child grows in size whenever he comes
Oh,
in contact
wait.
with electricity.
What's his last name?
Right.
Slazinski?
Do you reckon
Well,
he's
that's-
related to Steve?
Hmm.
Ooh, shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve. Obviously, listens to our podcast.
This could not have been a hit because, like, the first one was really.
Who
good.
took their child to see that?
Was it?
I don't know.
Just didn't need a sequel, though, did it?
No.
I think it's got 2
It's not
sequels,
the-
actually.
It's got 2.
Yeah,
What's
so in
the other one
the
called?
third one, I guess it's a trilogy, he shrinks himself.
Shit.
It's sort of like Honey, I Shrunk Myself.
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Oh my god, it is. Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
The concept is getting a
Honey,
bit
we
tiresome
shrunk
by that
ourselves.
point, isn't it?
We shrunk
What a weird
ourselves.
series.
Yeah. That
I mean, he does not learn from his mistakes. Does he?
No, clearly not.
Do you think he gets drunk, stumbles into his lab, and it's like, I'm gonna shrink myself?
You'd think he'd stop leaving these particle beams just lying around.
Just, firing them at his own children.
Dad, can I do homework now? No.
Does anyone remember Monsters vs Aliens?
Yes, yeah,
Yes, I
I do.
remember that.
I had like a little toy. What's he called? Like Bob.
Oh, the blue.
Yeah.
and
Seth
white,
Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a little toy Bob.
Seth Rogen needs to do more kids films.
Well, he's
Instead of, smoking weed.
Yeah, hanging out with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa every day.
That's where he must have been in some more kids films.
No, that's probably where he gets his ideas for kids' films.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Snoop Dogg.
I mean, Snoop Dogg's in the Fast and Furious. Oh, I didn't even Sponge on the Run as well.
He has his sponge on the run.
Cameron's most anticipated.
Doggity dog.
The Rise of Gru and Sponge on the Run.
But no, remember that owl film? And it was like Rise of the Guardians.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, what a
That was actually a
class
sick
movie.
film. I like that.
I didn't know what I was getting into because I thought, Rise of the Guardians. Remember
it's
that?
like Santa, Easter, and all that.
Well, yeah, they start with Santa and like the
That's
Easter
the
Bunny
Christmas
and
one.
stuff.
There's
Then-
one called The
No.
Guardians, or like The Legend of the Guardians, and then there's The Rise of the Guardians with the owls.
Yeah.
They're two different films, but they have really similar marketing campaigns, and it's like really weird.
And then there's the Guardians of the Galaxy, but we won't get onto that.
It's confusing. Can I put Holes forward?
Yes,
I don't know.
I rate that a lot.
Holes is awesome.
You not have to study that in school?
I don't think I studied it in school, but I watched it loads.
I watched it once in school during an English lesson where we weren't doing anything.
Yeah, it's
Sick film.
Like films that you'd always watch in school whenever like the teacher had
that was a
nothing
good
else to
film. What year did that come out?
Oh my god, look at the kid.
I had a maths teacher who always put Elf on at Christmas.
That came out in 2000.
You had films on played at your school.
Yeah,
Pretty old one then.
that's why I'm into film, just because of classic Mr. Jones, you know.
Shout out to him.
Or if you're listening at home.
What else we got?
Let's have a look on the list.
Well, I had to study A Christmas Carol in English, so can I put forward A Muppets Christmas Carol
Oh, yes.
and
No, you can't.
what's the other one? Muppets Treasure Island.
Oh, Treasure Island.
'Cause they were great films.
Yeah. I just come at the front.
Wally.
I feel like we need an aim other than just throwing like kids films into the mix. We need to, by the end of the episode, we need to decide what is the best kids film and what is the worst kids film.
Should we do?
Well,
How
I mean,
long
we
have we
could,
got?
But I'm not trying
We're
to
gonna be
match
here a
up
while, I
to
reckon.
Slappy in
We
the
go
cup.
never-
Call the pizza. We're gonna be here all night long until we get the
All
answers
night.
it deserves.
I think if we're going ever, I think the best one for me is Goonies.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Goonies is amazing.
That was alright. Not the worst
That
film I've
was
seen.
a bit before us, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
It's
that
like
was
late
80s.
80s.
20
If we're
years
going, if
before
we're going
us.
best kids film of all time, that's got to be it.
Yeah. I don't know, like.
Is Jurassic Park a kids film? What is it? It's more of a family film.
Kind of is, isn't
I
it?
don't know.
Because you watch it when you're a kid.
Yeah, it's not a
But
kids
it's
film
not just
because
for
like
kids, it's
someone's like that's one big pile of shit.
Yeah, but it's.
One's
Yeah,
like
but
Star
you
Wars
gotta
and
have a
Jurassic
little
Park.
bit of swearing for the kids' films just to make it interesting. If your kid doesn't come home from a film saying a word that you don't like over and over again, it's not a real family film.
Oh yeah, no,
Chris Pratt in
definitely.
his Lego self's gotta walk up to the screen and go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It just ends.
Basically. And then the mum's like, "Oh, don't say that word again. Just say that word again over and over."
I feel like this is too personal now.
Yeah, basically. I had an idea about what my favourite kids film was, but it's gone. Oh yeah, Toy Story. I love Toy Story.
Yep.
Yes. I mean, most early 2000s Disney films were really good.
Yeah. I
And
feel
you
like
got Monsters Inc., Incredibles, Cars, all come out in the space of like 2 years.
I'll go bomb.
It's a golden generation.
Mhm.
Pixar. Now they just remake everything.
It was a golden generation. That's a
Yeah.
good way of describing it, actually.
In
Yeah.
terms
A
of
lot of good films.
current good kids films, the Paddington series is a
Oh, yeah.
very strong
I'd say that's
contender.
more family as well, though.
Yeah.
That
There
is
are
a family film.
There are some jokes that, like,
For the adults.
yeah, you're like, oh god,
It's like
Paddington.
that Shrek made that find. I'm sure there's a few.
Shrek's got a lot of innuendos.
Yeah, and that's the DreamWorks thing, I think.
My favourite in-joke with Shrek is when he looks at the castle and he goes, "Are you sure he's not overcompensating for something?"
Yeah, yeah.
And it just goes like
Yeah.
over your head. So much.
Onions have layers, though, is the best.
Have you seen the section for adult jokes in the Cars wiki? Hang on, there's a
No,
good
I have
meme
not.
somewhere.
Funnily enough.
How was that?
Wait,
Is that English?
On the dark web.
old jokes.
This
Cars.
episode's sponsored by the dark web.
That sounds like where they would hide government codes.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so there's a page. Well, you'll see it on the video. So adult humor in Cars. There's a section on the wiki. It's got stuff like, when everyone notices that Lightning McQueen was missing after Mac arrives in California, Mac asks, "Did I forget to wipe my mud flats? This might mean he forgot to wipe his poop." And that's the kind of quality they've got in Cars.
You know, like when
My flats.
you know when those two like mini Lightning McQueen girls like flash their
Oh yeah, I saw another one. Yeah, flashing.
his boobs on it.
Yeah.
That could be a good one for the intro, actually, Jack. Did I forget to wipe my mud
Lightning
flaps?
McQueen attempts to commit genocide in Iraq.
What? That's the cold open.
That's what I remember from the meme.
Oh my word. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's what I love about Wikipedia.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille.
It's incredible.
How can we not mention Ratatouille?
2007.
One of the best. I had a Ratatouille video game where you played as the rat.
I think I remember that.
It was so fun. I got stuck at one bit where you had to like, I can't remember what it was exactly. I think it was like you had to slingshot a rat into a building, and I kept missing the window.
Right against the wall.
And after a few hours of playing that, I got a bit upset, so I just decided to stop.
Have you ever seen Tom Holland's brother? He looks exactly like the guy from Ratatouille.
Remy.
Yeah.
Oh no! I think Tom Holland looks like the main character from Flushed Away.
Wait, the main rat.
Roddy.
Roddy.
Yeah, no, definitely gave me childhood aspirations to become a chef after watching Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Definitely wanted to open my own restaurant at the age of 6 or whatever.
Because of a rat.
Yeah.
Not because of like a proper chef. Oh, such a cool. I remember that the ride in Disney is awesome as well. Like 4D ride.
Have you seen the video where they like replace Ratatouille's voice with Gordon Ramsay's?
I've seen that video, yeah. It's good.
Did any of you watch The Wild? Or was that just me?
That's just you.
Show me a photo. I
I've
might
never seen
recognise
that.
it.
It's like.
Oh, is that like Madagascar? But
I was going to say it looks
Yeah.
like a B-Tech
Yeah, I've
Madagascar.
But it is actually a really good film.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually a sick film.
The Wild.
Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Yeah,
Ice Age.
Chicken.
Really?
Ice Age is good.
Chicken Run, yes.
Chicken run.
It's like the Wallace and Gromit company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arden.
And Flushed Away was that as well.
Yeah. However, that was animated though.
Trying to think of stuff I saw as a kid that I just really didn't like. That I was just like,
High School Musical.
what the hell was that?
Unacceptable.
Coraline. That was
No,
No, I
you're
thought that
like,
was good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it was like
scream your head
scary.
off and run out of the room.
Like, oh, it's like, why did my mum make me watch this?
to me, when I was a kid, Avatar was a film.
Oh yeah.
What, you mean like blue-skinned people or The Last Airbender?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we should all get the Last Airbender tattoos. You know, that the arrows on your head.
I think that would look a
Shave
bit
off.
odd.
Shave off.
The different colour arrows. Avengers Assemble.
Press it in, it lights up.
Have you seen
A
the live-action
beacon.
movie of The Last Airbender?
It's a live action.
It's
Yeah,
not very good.
It's just turd. Just imagine turd.
Too bad.
That
Yeah.
was
It's
like
really, really not very good.
the massive downfall of M. Night Shyamalan. Now, well, he's brought it back a little bit because everyone used to call him like the best filmmaker ever. Then he made a few bad films. Then he made The Last Airbender, and everyone was like, "Okay, we're giving up at this point."
I've got a nail in the
Didn't he
coffin.
make the film where Mark Wahlberg talks to plants?
What?
It's like the
Kid you not.
enemy of that film is the wind.
It's just
The wind.
It's like, hey, I'm
like Storm Dennis.
Please don't kill us. And it was so funny.
What about School of Rock?
Yeah,
Incredible.
I did like School of
That's-
Rock.
I think that literally got me into music. Like, I think after that I was like, oh yes.
That's been remade into a TV show.
Has it got dragged back though?
No.
Not the same.
No, ain't happening then.
cast was
It's not
awesome.
real.
I thought the cast were really, really good in that. And you got Brother Bear.
Oh, I love
yeah.
that film.
That's a good. That's a feel.
Very heartwarming.
That's a feel good film.
How do you guys
Oh, sweet
feel about the Scooby-Doo live-action films? Because I love them.
Oh,
Have you
they
seen
were
the new
class.
cartoon that's coming out?
Yeah, I have. It's like Scoob or something they've called it.
Horrific. Like the animation. It's like,
They keep like butchering old animation. What the hell's Bob the Builder?
oh yeah, I've seen that. But you remember when they changed
He
this?
looks like the worst ever uncle that you could ever see in a
I mean,
barbecue.
he looks way too round.
He is very round. Like,
It's not right, is it?
It's not right.
They
He
did the
looks-
same thing with Dennis the Menace and a bunch of other ones.
No child should have to watch that.
He looks like that one family member that's just always holding a beer at a barbecue and looking at you.
That's literally me.
Yeah, he looks like he should be called like Darren or something.
Darren the construction apprentice.
What happened to Fireman Sam as well? Did that ever get continued, or
Yeah.
did we all just presume that he died in a fire?
Rupert Grint was there.
Simon Sam died in the
Thing,
fire.
whenever I remember,
Yeah,
I remember
Save
Fireman
Norman.
Sam, I just
Watch
remember
me
when
time.
Save Norman.
Save Norman.
Classic Norman.
Yeah, remember Norman would always do dumb things like leave the iron on it or just set whole streets ablaze, and Fireman Sam would just have to come and save the day
An
again.
entire fire station dedicated to one kid. Every single
And it was
episode.
it was this ginger Welsh kid.
Yeah, I
And he was
know, I
just,
remember.
Just the worst.
Yeah.
Not a good person.
Next time our
What was
fire
the name
alarm
of the
goes
town
off at
as well?
4 in the
Pontypandy.
morning-
That's it, Pontypandy.
Pontypandy.
Oh,
Next
classic
time
Norman.
Our fire alarm goes off at 4 in the morning. I'm blaming Norman.
That's so funny. Oh,
I think it's based on Pontypandy.
Yeah, it's all authentic Welsh.
Well, no, it's,
Welsh
not, it's not a real place.
That's the extent of Welsh culture. That's all.
Fireman Sam.
If you ever want to visit Wales, just watch Fireman Sam.
Yeah, there's fires everywhere. Well, actually, there's the opposite now, because there's just floods everywhere.
Yeah, don't need
Fireman
fire
Sam has
stations.
got, like,
Just let the
a
rain
week
come.
off.
Oh, right.
People should be donating to Wales.
What else have they remade recently? Like, that we grew up with?
My will to live.
Literally
Remade
every
it.
Disney animated film.
What about Night at the Museum?
Oh
That's
yes.
an awesome.
That had Rami Malek in it.
Yeah,
It did, yeah.
yeah.
And,
I think another classic example of films that got worse as they tried to make
Yeah.
sequels.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've hit some good ones.
Go on then, read them
Chicken
out.
Little,
Chicken
Oh, yes.
Little.
Meet the Robinsons. That was one
Yeah.
of my favourites. Meet the
That
Robinsons.
that at the cinema. That was
Yeah.
the first time I ever saw my mom cry
Oh.
at a film.
Oh,
I just
incredible.
remembered the one film that terrified me as a kid was Help, I'm a Fish.
I used to love that film. I used to love that film.
For some reason, the idea of being a boy in one moment and then being turned
Well-
into a fish was something that stayed
Yeah.
with me until this day.
You laughed at me because that's literally the exact feeling I had watching Ant Bully.
Oh,
Oh,
Troy,
yeah, I
why were
remember
you
you
afraid
said,
of Doctor
yeah.
Who? Because
Yeah.
the monsters are so scary.
Being dragged away
Jack,
by
why
ants.
were you afraid of?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there is the monsters in Doctor Who was like they're either going to kill you or they're just they're gonna go away.
I mean, yeah, you always know he's going to be alright at the end.
Yeah, but the thing is about Help, I'm a Fish is the fact that it doesn't do either. It makes you a fish. Do you know how much stuff I could do if I was a fish? Not much.
Imagine that you were an ant. Well, you're not an ant. You're literally the size of an ant.
Do you know what happened to my uni attendance if I was a fish?
You do realise that Ant-Man is one of the most useful Avengers.
Yeah, because he can grow really big or really small.
no,
and
he
he's-
has the strength of a human.
Yeah, but
You-
ants don't usually have the strength of human.
Ants
It's a
are,
little kid being turned into an ant.
ants are like the strongest for their size, though. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. In terms of size to like
They can lift like
In
100 times
comparison
their
to
weight.
their body,
Yeah.
yeah.
Polar Express 2004. Oh my god. Didn't realise it was that old.
We keep
Oh,
watching it every
some
year,
good ones
and my
there.
mum's like, "I've never watched
B
Polar
movie.
Express." I don't know what it
B
is.
movie.
You like jazz?
That's no. That's the cold open camera that you like.
That is literally the most memed children's film.
It
of all
is. There's
time.
like on YouTube,
It's
you
like-
can watch the entire B movie in like 3 seconds or
Like,
something.
it's like every time he says noun, that says a noun, it gets 5% faster.
That's it. Or every time there's the colour yellow,
Yeah.
like
Anytime he
it
says
gets
B.
space booted like
Every
50
anytime
times.
he-
B, it
yeah.
gets base boost.
It is, honestly. Great film, B movie.
Yeah.
It's like one of
It's
those things.
2007.
What was the guy? You know, that got the main woman.
Vanessa.
What was her boyfriend's name? Like the.
Oh, Ken.
Yeah, it was like if you ever feel bad, just remember Vanessa left Ken for a B.
Yeah.
Then again, Ken was a bit of a
Ken was a bit of an angry one, wasn't
Yeah.
Trying to kill bees.
a mean man.
We need bees. Happy feet.
We need
Oh,
bees. We don't need
robots.
wasps. That's the thing you notice.
Robots.
No one likes wasps because wasps are dreadful. You don't see a film called The Wasp Movie because no one would watch it.
Wasp.
he?
Yeah,
Poor
robots.
wasps.
Robots was really good.
Robots. I remember the little the TV show which had just smaller versions of characters, and that was better.
What?
That was like the original.
I mean,
It came from a TV
little
show.
robots.
I mean, yeah, it might have been called something like that because there were robots and they were little, but
I'm pretty sure that's what it was called.
okay.
But it's that, you know, that little one that was like Big World's secretary.
The secretary.
You know, the one that was in that suit all the time.
Oh yeah.
He was an absolute savage.
Yeah, he was a bit. Oh yeah, you had Robin Williams, of course. Mel Brooks, Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah. Hello there, General.
Yeah, so
Kennedy.
that's the original show. It's got the blue guy from In the Night Garden for some reason.
What?
Um,
That's
the
not.
robot dog.
I'm not talking about that version.
You don't remember this show?
I
this.
remember the show, but I don't remember that version.
Yes, I do remember
What was
that.
the blue
Yeah.
guy from In the Night Garden called?
Iggle Piggle.
Iggle Piggle. That's the
I
one.
used to like Macapaka. Collect rocks. That was his job.
You know
They
what?
snorted so much crack to
Oh,
like
You know what show I think should never have got discontinued, like a kids show?
Ben 10.
No, Prank Patrol.
Oh yeah. Well, they changed it to Prank Patrol Down Under.
Down Under.
So it was in Australia.
Yeah, they've got one in Canada as well, I think.
The mistake was getting rid of Barney. He was called Barney, wasn't
Yeah,
he was Barney Harwood, yeah.
Wasn't he on MasterChef like 2 years ago?
he? Was he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't watch that.
Stuff like Prank Patrol and Trapped. Things that I would watch after school that would make me actually terrified to be a child.
Did any of you watch Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Mad Who.
I thought that you looked like Jimmy Neutron the first time I met you.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
Yeah, because you had that like you had that like hair, and I was like, Jimmy
No, I
Neutron.
don't.
What you mean? His hair was like 3 feet tall. I don't remember
He
that.
looks nothing
He's
like
longer
me.
than his rest of the body.
It's like proper up.
Jimmy.
I would say
Neutron.
first impressions of Jack were more like Stephen Merchant.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
just about to
definitely.
say that.
Stephen-
You beat me to that.
Every time I
Stephen
described
Merchant.
him, it was like, yeah, Stephen
Stephen
Merchant.
I think I actually have the animated Stephen Merchant as
Yeah,
the
remember,
picture when
yeah.
you ring me, Jack.
Honestly,
Honestly.
wasn't there a mixture between Stephen Merchant and the woman off?
The
what was it
weakest
called?
link.
The weakest link.
I get a feeling these aren't compliments.
There he is, yeah.
Yes. It is a spitting image. If you were a cartoon,
Well,
that
it's
would
Jimmy
be...
Neutron for reference. He's
Yeah,
got
this-
quite a large forehead.
Yeah, but I thought that I was like, you're Jimmy Neutron. You are.
Mate, look at the size of his head.
His head is literally shaped like a penis, isn't it?
It's like a button-up squash.
Didn't he have like a crossover with the Fairly Odd Parents?
Oh, Fairy Odd... Was it the Fairy Odd Parents?
I think they're called the Fairly Odd Parents.
When
But
I'm
it's
editing the photo for this episode, I'll like put cartoons on everyone's faces halfway through.
Can I be Ben 10?
Yeah, you can be Ben 10.
Yeah.
You don't really resemble Ben 10. I hate to break it to you.
I want to be a whale in the whale wash.
Sick.
Can I be the killer whale from Free Willy?
I'll be one of the slugs from Flushed Away. The ones that sing, yeah.
I'll be Barney from Prank Patrol.
Sick.
Or New Bob the Builder.
Oh no. Or
We can,
Darren.
we can put all these pictures up that
Something
we've
like
talked
that.
about, and
Bob.
Yeah, kids today they won't because they have like PJ masks and shit like
Never
that.
seen such
They
an
have
old
Disney.
man like conversation.
But
Kids today, oh.
But like they won't get Prank Patrol and stuff like that.
I don't know. Disney have made and ruined childhoods in this matter of like 5 years.
Well, I feel like there are definitely new kids shows out, but I have no idea what they are. So I feel like in 10 years there'll be like a 20-year-old who will just be like, "Oh yeah, remember when we were a kid and we watched this?" I'll be like, "What the hell was that?"
No, because obviously, like I have my baby cousins sometimes,
Oh,
and when I went over for Christmas, all they watched was PJ Masks.
Oh,
what's PJ man?
I just
I
had
don't
one
know.
throwback. Ever watch Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Didn't he have like Clifford's Puppy Days, where he was an absolute midget?
I don't know. I forgot that existed. And you had, I know that we're going off TV shows, but I remember 54 Zoolane.
64.
64,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's it.
64.
That was a good one, yeah.
I'm looking at like.
That was just
new-
before bedtime as well. That
yeah,
was.
that was like send you off.
Yeah, after that, straight up.
She slide down the giraffe's neck.
That's it.
What's something that you guys like watched as kids that, in hindsight, you should never have really watched when you were a kid?
Futurama.
Well, actually, I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers because my mum said it was too violent.
Oh my god. It's like bright latex suits.
Yeah, great fun.
I used to have loads of action figures of Power Rangers. I had a really cool white one. I think he was like a villain.
Remember at my primary school, it was like
it wasn't.
you're either a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle kid or a Power Rangers kid.
Power Rangers.
In my school, I didn't literally give a shit about Transformers. But are you an Autobot or a Decepticon? What?
Megatron.
Oh yeah, and stuff like, are you a Jedi or a Sith? It's like, man, I'm fucking 5 years old.
Just leave me to my milk.
It's way too early to be having these conversations.
You smoking a cigarette like man. I don't give a fucking shit.
Let's just drink some milk, play some Bulldog.
Which one of these two ancient galactic philosophies do you represent? Jedi or Sith? Oh, here's Bob the Builder for comparison. Oh, shit.
This is a mess.
Here's Bob the Builder, by the way, for comparison.
Oh, that is disgusting.
I mean, it's pretty horrifying. It is a cursed image.
It looks like the ghost of future past.
There's literally, like, you know when you're making bread?
No, not really, but yeah.
And you have the dough. If you just went like that with two eye holes, that'd be...
Yeah, because we all know what that means with our own bread makers that we have at uni, like in the kitchen.
Our individual ones that we have.
Why would you buy bread?
love me.
Why would you buy bread from Lidl at 49p
when you can make it.
when you can make it?
Let's just all go in to the kitchen at 2 a.m. tonight and start making bread. So people come in like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, you need yeast and stuff, don't you?
No, we can get yeast.
Can't you just grow yeast?
I don't know.
It's probably growing in
Yeah, but you can buy yeast.
In that pesto, that 9-year-old pesto we found.
That's his pesto?
My pesto.
Yeah. Before Christmas, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I'll get rid of that then.
Taking shots on the podcast.
Then when we clean out the freezer, some of the stuff.
It was just like coffee granules.
It was like going through the archives at a museum.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's like in the opening of Jurassic Park when they're going through like
The fossils.
The fossils, yeah.
Yeah, no. Comet arrives tomorrow. That's what's left. Just those things in our freezer.
Yeah.
Our freezer somehow survives the. Right. Wait. Bread making.
Oh yeah, sorry. Bread making on the Childhood Films podcast. Yes, let's go.
What about the Scooby-Doo movie?
So good.
Two of them.
The
Wow.
best.
I thought two of them were really good.
You know the actors who played Daphne and
Yeah,
Fred?
they're still together.
Yeah, that's where they met.
That's the best love story ever.
Yeah.
How did you meet?
Everyone-
Scooby-Doo.
Everyone fucking hates Green Lantern, but that's where Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds met.
Who's Blake Lively?
That's
Ryan
awesome.
Reynolds' wife.
Oh,
Yeah, you know the one that's in the Shallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was an actress.
That's well cool.
Mm.
Very nice.
Anyway, Green Lantern, am I right? That was another childhood film that.
No,
I-
it was
I
a
watched
childhood
it-
disaster, is what it
It
was.
wasn't
I
that bad.
watched it on a sick day, so I quite liked it at the time because I was like, oh yes, I'm off school right now. I'm ill. Let's watch this film. And I watched the film and I was like, yes, that made
I'll tell
total
you-
sense.
A childhood disaster. Well, it's not really childhood because I think it came out when we were a lot older. It was a kids' film. It was Planes.
Yeah, why the fuck
Never
did
saw
they
that
do
one.
I watched it, fell asleep. It was awful. It was
Oh.
just trying to be Cars, but a really, really bad version.
Well,
Did it not quite land with you?
Oh,
Shut
Sequel coming in 2020, Helicopters.
Choppers.
We'd be stupid if we didn't mention the best movie of all time, the
Let's just
Emoji
not mention
Movie.
it to be stupid. Oh god, I've seen the entire Emoji
What
movie.
did you?
I mean, again,
Why?
that wasn't from our childhood
that's
because
more
that was
recent,
like
yeah.
what 2016 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Mentally, I'm still a child, so it's...
I think. Well,
But yeah, that was not a great one.
We're all going back 10 years this year because of Rise of Gru and Sponge on the Run. But, mind you, have you seen the animation on Sponge on the Run?
I have, yeah.
I'm not a fan.
If
I
we
dunno,
see
it's-
Sponge on the Run and Rise of Gru, We're gonna see Birds of Prey.
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
We have to-
no.
I'm
We
not
had
watching-
this conversation last time.
But I'm not watching SpongeBob SquarePants.
Well, you can stay at home then,
Wait,
and
wait,
we'll
wait,
and,
wait,
and,
wait.
and we'll
Okay.
go and have the best
You can-
cinema experience ever.
You can go after Gru and the Minions all you like because I don't care about them. But why are you going after SpongeBob like
I
that,
know.
man?
Listen,
SpongeBob is a solid
SpongeBob
children's
VIP.
program.
I'll tell you, I'm going in my merch. I'll tell you now. I'll be like,
SpongeBob cap.
yeah,
You can
exactly.
get SpongeBob Crocs as well.
You can get SpongeBob
Any of
Crocs.
you walk out with SpongeBob Crocs, I'm
Yeah.
never talking
with
to you again.
socks as well.
Of
I think we
course.
should dress as each character from the SpongeBob
That's what I mean. That's what they
franchise.
do at like all these Marvel films. Go dressed as the
I'm
characters.
going as
Yeah,
Plankton.
I'm gonna put dibs on Sandy Cheeks.
In the spacesuit as a squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as Plankton.
Oh, imagine that.
I'll
it's
go
not,
Mr. Krabs.
It's not even like a premiere or anything. It's just a normal day at the cinema.
Yeah.
It's like the movie's been out for 10 days. And the 5 of us roll out dressed.
We won't even go and see Sponge on the Run. We'll just go dressed.
Jack's gotta be Squidward.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Why am I
definitely.
Because the tallness. I'm Plankton because I'm small.
Squidward had like the worst mentality to be in a kids show.
Oh yeah, he did use like a.
He was like, "Oh well, may as well not get up today."
He's like a walking, talking meme though now. Squidward. It's
yeah.
like
with his little flute.
yeah,
And there's always the
clarinet.
Squidward doing dance moves and stuff. Like
I
every,
thought the old
every time a
SpongeBob
new
movie
move
was-
comes out.
Have you seen that Squidward? First of all, he dabbed, and
Then
then
he
he
did the
word.
word.
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever seen.
What?
Because
Yeah,
like,
it's
have you seen that image of Squidward dabbing in 2016?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like last year he woed. It's
Oh.
like the same guy
Yeah.
did.
What a legend. Seen that,
He
did you
what?
see the guy who
He woed.
He woed?
Yeah,
did you
like
see the
What do
guy
you mean,
dressed as
woe?
Woody in Disney?
dance move.
What's a woe?
Okay, so
It's like
a
batty
woe
claps
is
all over
like
again.
is like there's an imaginary ball, you throw it up, and then you like catch it.
So this is. Oh, we should-
I've never seen it. Is this like a Fortnite
like-
dance or something?
He might
That's
be.
a
I
woe.
don't really know where it started.
Oh, is that right? The wiggly arm things that you and Josh do, like ooh. That's kind of like.
Oh, you think I'm bad at it, Troy? Where were we?
Where were we?
Making bread at 2 a.m.
Cameron,
Sick.
we've never seen you, Woe.
No, I'm not even going to attempt to do this. Not on the podcast. It's
Nobody's filming.
That can be.
Oh, we
people
know
filming.
of.
you never know.
The bloody security guard comes in while Cameron's going like. Cameron's busting a fat move.
The Lego movie, that was.
That was quite good.
I liked them.
near the
That
end
was good, yeah.
of our childhood. That was.
That was yeah.
Yeah. And then
That
they
was-
had to go and make a sequel.
That was on the tail end.
Yeah.
Mm.
I-
Or hold out for the Playmobil movie.
Is there actually a
It's already
Playmobil
been
movie?
released.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What?
about-
The Playmobil movie's already been released.
I didn't know that happened.
You sounded so sad. You were like, "Oh, I want to go see that."
What about the Minecraft movie?
See, we're all gonna watch that, and I don't care. It is gonna be good.
Yeah, back to SpongeBob. The animation is very odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've done. That
It's very slick for SpongeBob.
3D sort of vibe.
It just looks disgusting.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the old animation.
Isn't it like they have normal animation when they're underwater, and it's just when they come out the water they like go into.
No, but like
really
at the
3D?
underwater animation has changed from the TV show.
Oh,
Like they look a bit different.
I don't know. Yeah, it is different. But obviously, you got to change it, haven't you? So-
Keanu Reeves, of course.
Of course.
Where's Keanu Reeves?
And there he is. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. I'm telling you, it's going to be a cracking film. Release date 22nd of May. I'm marking it in the diary.
22nd of May.
Sponge on the Run.
No, there it is.
You're gonna go and see the premiere. Try and meet all the actors on the red carpet.
My sister's birthday is the 26th of May. I might try and get her some tickets for her birthday.
From what,
It looks incredible.
from what I
Rotary
see
We're
though,
in the surprise now.
Yeah, she won't listen to this.
it looks more like it looks more like like clay animation
Yeah.
than drawn.
Mm.
We're just like looking at Sponge on the Run now.
We are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move the topic along. On the topic I mentioned earlier about films that we shouldn't have seen as a kid, but we
Oh,
did. I saw like Shawshank Redemption when I was 9.
Ooh.
That freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I
That's a
loved
cracking film, though.
It is an amazing film.
Like, not when you're 9.
Not when you're 9.
Like all of it was quite good. I think the only part that got like really weirded me out was the part where they tried to make Andy Dufresne suck that guy's dick and with a knife.
Yeah.
I was watching that with my parents. Like, they're not gonna turn it off, okay? All right.
I'll go back to my DS. I did see The Shining when I was very young.
That's quite a creepy one.
That was
yeah.
very creepy.
I said to you yesterday, my mum has films that she watches with me and Max. I'm like a normal person, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Max is, I watch all the Saw films.
Yeah, I think you know.
That's a bit intense. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone could top that. I was going to say, I remember I was quite young. I was at a party, a bonfire night, and I watched Lake Placid. Don't know if any of you have ever seen that.
I've never seen
It's a little like Jaws, but instead of a shark, it's a giant, massive killer crocodile.
Of course.
Yeah.
That
I can
was
sort of
makes
see it.
these things.
Well, like Crocosaurus.
I
Oh,
get
God.
a nice
I did
twist there,
actually
Jack. I
buy
like that.
Sharknado this week. in
Yeah,
Picks,
I suppose
so
it is a
we'll
bit
see
like
that.
Crocosaurus, so that was a bit creepy watching as
Why
a
did they
kid.
never do a sequel to Mega Shark?
Just because
They did.
you mentioned Saw,
There's
right?
4 more.
What?
They did.
You remind me. When I was a kid, and like I'd be walking around, I'd see a bunch of advertisements on the side of buses that used to freak me out. Like, shouldn't there be like a limit to what you can put on the side of a bus?
Well, like
There
film
is.
wise.
Yeah, because that film at the moment is called like The Boy 2. If I was a child and I saw that face like going past, I would flip shit.
Literally.
Because I have like a phobia of clowns. I couldn't look at the It 2 poster on the bus.
Mm.
I was there, sorry.
Nah, clowns alright. It's ants.
The Ant Bully 2.
Oh mate, I was fine with the film Ants with the Z. That the one you mentioned.
Never
earlier.
saw it.
That one was fine. I thought it was quite a good film.
And the Bug's Life.
Bug Life, awesome film, but Ants Bully. Ooh. No.
I don't think I've seen it.
Ant Bully. I used to have a video.
I remember that video.
I used to have loads of videos. I had the Muppets Treasure Island on video.
Mm.
That was awesome.
On VHS tapes.
Yeah, that was it.
yeah.
The big,
Oh,
the big
I
chunk
think it
video.
was.
man.
You go to your
Oh.
grandma's house, she's got like a bunch of cool VHS
Yeah.
tapes. which
I remember
is, like, the
crying
best
to mum because I got my
cartoons.
hands stuck in the VHS. You know, like, because it was like a flap.
How did you
Yeah.
manage that?
I
Why
used
were
to
you
put it in,
ramming your
I
hand?
can't remember. I was like 5.
Seeing what it plays on the TV.
Shit!
Yeah, I put it in and it just went, ah.
Yeah, videotapes.
Whoa,
I
there's
do
the
remember
Land
them.
Before Time all imprinted onto my hand.
I know this movie like the back of my house.
I think it wasn't a childhood movie, but my favourite film I watched as a childhood was Goofy Movie. Even though it was...
No,
movie
that was
it was-
another one that freaked me out. Do you remember the opening to that film where
Yeah,
they're on a
when
date
he's
and there's like
dreaming, yeah.
massive Goofy?
Yeah.
That scared me. I was in actual tears
that's
watching
that's
that.
one of those, like, I
A
will...
massive goose.
And that's the
Cheer
thing, dream sequences in kids' movies.
Yeah.
Those are always spooky.
Those should be illegal.
I think the 2 films that'll make me cry is Goofy Movie and Treasure Planet.
Which bit did you cry at in Goofy Movie? When they're on the
Treasure
car,
Planet.
in
Yeah,
the
it's
river.
just... yeah,
We need to
singing,
finish watching Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet. That was the biggest comedy of my entire
When he does the
life.
perfect cast on the waterfall.
Oh yeah.
It's when
Love the orgasmic sigh.
no.
Does the perfect.
The
perfect
saddest,
cast.
saddest kid movie was when it's like, Tigger, you've like been extinct and there's no one left.
Mm.
And he was there and he's like, what the fuck?
Is it the Tigger movie?
Yeah.
So I got quite emotional when we were watching Ted 2. And they were like, you're not a person anymore? And I was like, oh.
They tried to make a teddy bear a minority.
I know.
And I was there like, this is so
I was
fucking
getting
funny.
sad and I was like, hang on, he is a teddy bear. Come on now. Pull yourself together.
And then he was there like, I have no rights. And I was like, don't try and...
Well, I think if a teddy bear snorts a line of crack, he should be a person.
That's my new ringtone.
That should be how it is in like. That should be how it's written in like the law. Like,
Teddy bear
that's like the defense there, right there. That's all you need. Can you smoke a line of crack?
Especially with Flash Gordon.
Then you are a person.
Well, I mean, that would make a lot of things a person. Remember that news article of the bear that somehow ate some like £1 million worth of crack?
Yeah, he broke into something, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then he died
Where
like
was
5
this?
minutes later.
Who
was in
keeps
Canada.
a bear?
Yeah, of
next to
course.
Crab?
Yeah, it was either going to be like Canada or Florida. Like, remember,
They don't have bears in Florida.
Yeah,
do
but like
they?
every news article in America starts with Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's that meme where it's just,
Fussy done
it's
that.
just one guy called Florida man who's doing all these things.
course.
There is a lot of references in Family Guy about Florida people being rather stupid.
yeah. Well, it's meant to be a really, really rough place to live. I mean, it's beautiful and hot and all that.
And also there's Disney World.
It's bad in the summer. I've seen videos where like people pour water on the ground in Florida and then it like dissolves
Yeah,
that second.
Well,
Which I think is
Or
scary.
like they cook eggs on the pavement
yeah.
and
My
stuff.
parents would say,
Just walk outside.
my mum went on holiday when she was younger to Florida before I was born, and like they went to like the water park, and they had to have water squirting onto the pavement so you could walk on them.
Yes, that hot. Yeah, it is. I've been. It's pretty intense. The heat. So.
People were
Yeah.
saying like when you get off the airplane into the airport,
Mm,
it hits you.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's like the humidity as well, because they get a lot of rainstorms, just like Wales at the moment.
I need to like talk
It is
to my
not
mum,
quite as exotic.
Someone put on Facebook, there was like the Queen is refurbishing Buckingham Palace for £393 million.
Refurbishing it.
Yeah, and then the government like, oh, you got no money for Wales.
I need to like touch my mum until
It's the
she
Queen.
like sends me to Disney World again
Queen needs
because
new carpet.
I was like 6 years old when she sent me.
Well, I went twice in like 3 years, which is like quite lucky. It's really good.
Yeah, there's like a lot more things there to do now.
Yeah, because they keep adding. Well, they take away stuff out because all of the new films.
Yeah.
So they every time you go, there's something new. Because I think when I went, it was just after the new Lion King came out, the live action one.
Yeah, this is how long I went. When I went, Cars came out.
Cars, were you?
Yeah,
Were you in the womb?
yeah, Cars came out.
That was the first film I ever seen in the cinema. That.
Mm.
Mine's the Magic Roundabout.
Mine was Madagascar.
The first one.
Hmm
Yeah.
That was Madagascar 4. I'd never seen the
Yeah.
film before that point. I was like, what the hell is this?
I remember my sister's was Toy Story 3. But she found
It's so weird to think that that's someone's first
Yeah, I
film.
know it is.
I went to see it in 3D.
What?
That's pretty rad.
Which one? Toy Story 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at their desperate faces as they're about to melt in 3D.
Do you remember in like 2009 when 3D was first like properly
Because of Avatar,
established
yeah.
and you'd went to go and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
If I saw someone doing that now, it's like, imbecile.
Like, I don't know about you, but if I ever have the option, I always go 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Like, I don't know why. Do you remember the?
Do
Do you remember the 3DS?
Yeah.
That messed with my
I always
head.
wanted to. I still
Yeah.
wanted 3D.
Like, we didn't need glasses. It was.
I
it was
like-
horrible.
DS's because you can like take them on road trips, but
Mm.
even like looking at stuff when you're in the car sends your head a bit woozy.
Yeah.
If it was 3D, that's a whole other thing.
Well, It's
Like-
because remember they brought it out and it was like you don't need glasses. I was like,
Mm.
You just flick a switch.
Nice.
Falls
Hello
down.
It's
again.
got to happen at least every 10 minutes now, which is the topple over of the Foster's can.
Because, like, I don't know, some films are really good for 3D though. I remember when the 3D TVs came out, like for your house, and I remember one of my family friends
All
had
the
one.
curved ones.
My family
They were
friends
like
had one. We went over
10
and it was
grand
like,
or something.
isn't that good?
Yeah, because I remember we went round a friend's house and John was like, "Oh, you really need." Oh, my stepdad was like, "Oh, you need a 3D TV."
They're not that.
And I was like, "All right, go to the toilet." And he went to the toilet and we put it on 3D. And I said, "Is there any difference?" And he was like, "No, it's on 2D." I said, "Exactly when I get one."
Yeah, it's a waste of money.
He's like, yeah, I
Troy
want it.
John's
Sorry, Troy.
accountant looking at the bank like,
The glasses and calculator.
Yeah. It's not adding up, John.
It's not adding up.
I'm trying to walk in and it's like,
You know we're running tight this month. You ain't having no fancy TV.
9 miles.
I think the whole thing with TVs is that no one splashes out on TVs anymore, do they?
Yeah, no.
Like, there used to be like a big competition, like
I think-
2009-10, who could have the biggest TV. Now everyone's like,
I accidentally got a big one because my old one broke.
Mm.
And then I was like, "Mum, can I have a new?"
Like, I think most people just go for smart TVs now. That's like the way.
Yeah, like any smart TV. will
I mean,
do.
We got one like I think it was last year, our first smart TV, and it was really useful. You've got the YouTube and Netflix just on one button.
I mean,
Oh, do you need one? Because if you've got like an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Yeah, it's just for the living room though.
I mean, Jack, when you got your TV, how much research did you do into what the TV was?
None. I saw on Spot 45-inch TV for like £45. I was like,
I feel like that's a
I'll be having that. Thank you very much.
£1 an inch. That's brilliant.
We are.
Didn't he knock down the price for you though?
Oh yeah, well he said he took like £5 off or something, or £10 it might have been.
Just out of like
I
sympathy.
couldn't get it immediately.
He saw you walking, he was like, oh.
It's like, right.
Probably was stolen, to be fair.
It was the scramble of you getting the TV to your room. It was like.
Yeah, I had to walk like 3 miles with it.
I can't believe that.
It's like
We
a
were
grand
all-
adventure.
We're all hanging out, and then you left, and we're like, "Where's he gone off to?" And then you
Went for
came.
hours.
You came back about 6 hours later with a TV.
Not even in a box.
You get it folded in the hands. Like,
Amazing. That is dedication right
Well, it was
there.
good value, so
Oh my
No.
god.
This still works. So yeah.
Imagine doing that with everything. Like, I don't know, going to B&Q, buy a hot tub and just carrying it back.
You know that advert where it's like, I think there's like a mattress and all the families just like strapping it down because it's so cheap.
I can't. Well, on top of the car?
Yeah.
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 I wouldn't be surprised if you bought a mattress or something.
what am I going to do with a mattress?
I don't know.
Double mattress for extra comfort.
Yeah.
In my tiny
yeah.
single bed.
Double
I think
mattress
that'll
on a
look-
single bed.
That'll look great in our house when Steve comes round to visit. It's just a mattress on the floor.
Stained.
Like a massive stain on it.
Yeah, you do not want to be getting a mattress from Gumtree. I'll tell you that.
There's just like a heroin needle on the side.
Oh dear.
Call it the crack mat.
I don't do that.
Not even a mattress, one of those
Never
little
mind
PE
that.
mats you use in school. You know, the blue foamy
Yeah.
ones
Crash mat.
that smell like
No,
feet.
those are the worst things ever. Those are like, yeah, it's a crash pad. You can jump on it and be safe. I jumped in it and like my ankles would break. It was
Oh
just.
yeah, you could still feel the floor.
Yeah, it was
like-
just a hard floor, slightly elevated from the other hard floor.
It was. When you did have the thicker ones, like, you know, the air inside? They were nice. But yeah. Oh.
Even those, like, if you landed on the wrong, they'd wind you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, your belly fluffed nose. It's like, it's like, all right, move on. Next person needs to go. I was like, yeah.
You guys
PE
had-
was dangerous. I
you
used to
guys-
hide behind the crash mats for all of the lesson. And that was
I
fun.
was the crash mat.
Exactly.
You guys had crash mats.
Just walking past the gym, you could shoot. It's just hitting the floor.
No, there'd be like a whole gang of us just chilling behind the crash mats on our phones for the whole lesson. It was great.
Absolute
Like
rebels.
little crash mat gremlins.
Did you ever do the bleep test?
Isn't it so?
Yes, they do that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. There was a lot of fights in PE.
Well, they have like actual wrestling and stuff in Eton, so.
Thing is, I wasn't in the group where everyone's ego is really fucking big because they thought they were like Michael Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
So if we got something wrong, it would be like, nah.
You guys remember when you had to do football in PE and there were like 3 guys who were like really invested? There was always that one guy who has never spoken a word in his life, just standing in defence, like.
He's usually in goal.
My time now.
Looking like he's having an acid flashback.
I've got to say, I was that guy from
Yeah,
some of
that
the
was me.
times because, yeah, like you say, there were the sport guys that were like, thought it was
And then-
the England World Cup final or something. And it was like, we're playing a 15-minute football match in PE and we're 14. Like, come on.
The goalie was like always whoever just was the biggest person on that team.
Yeah.
It was like, we're gonna free you in goal.
And then, like, whoever was a striker just had the nicest football boots.
Oh yeah. It was.
The best shoes.
I remember we played rugby and the biggest, henchest guy, just was. They said, "Go mad, kill them all." So we were there.
Was he on a leash by any chance? And they just let him off.
It was a dog. It was a dog.
Like once a
basically.
week, they're like, better let him out.
And
Room is fresh air.
It's got a shock collar and an ankle bracelet.
He's been in school for 30 years.
Sending a 40-year-old man after you.
Run at a bunch of
You
kids.
turn around and it's like that Bob the Builder face just running at you.
Well, my PE
Darren.
teacher was
Darren.
ex-military, and that was basically how he treated it.
Oh god.
Wow.
That's
It was some very
Oh.
hands-on lessons.
Yeah, I know.
Hands-on.
High school PE teachers would hate you unless you were doing GCSE. They were like,
yeah.
they just thought that everyone who didn't want to do GCSE PE was like an
Well,
absolute.
one of ours was like really
nonce.
religious. Our PE teacher. That was weird. But he did
Yeah.
run over my friend.
Before you score a goal, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Yeah. Think about where this shot come from.
Just that was a miracle.
I don't know what I know he like painted his toenails. Oh,
What?
Because he wore sandals.
You have a very interesting PE teacher.
No, he wore sandals once, and everyone was like, okay, bit odd, but never mind.
My PE teacher,
What
my
colour were
PE
they?
teacher, Mr. Deeks. Yeah, I've named him. He used to call me Troy Deeney because he had faith that I was good at sports.
Oh, that's your favourite player.
I don't like Troy Deeney at all.
Who's Troy Deeney?
He's a striker for Watford FC.
So he always used to go, Troy Deeney! And I used to be so
Not
shit
gonna
at
lie,
sports.
when I heard your name, I thought Dini,
Oh no.
because it's the only like try I've heard of.
I thought of Troy from High School Musical.
Shut up, get out.
From Nicki Minaj, Anaconda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
do you
Troy
always
named
sing
Troy.
that when you're drunk?
Yeah.
You're like, voids out, and I'm like, go away.
It's classic. We've gone off a bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, films from our childhood.
I guess we're gonna have to rename it just Childhood.
That's episode 2.
I've always
Child.
wanted to make like a what's it called? Like a bit like a documentary, but like more light-hearted, where you bring like I don't know, like a group of 5 mates from American school and bring them into a British school,
Oh, yeah.
see how they react.
No, they wouldn't react. Well,
I thought
It would be
hilarious.
very entertaining, wouldn't it?
You know when you're watching American films, you're like, oh, it's not really like that. It's
It
really
is,
like
though.
that. Like I've seen videos of like Brits go over, and it's like because I watched one.
Yeah.
There was these Brits trying to get into frat parties, and all the American they're like they're all Jake Paul. Like
what's that video that me, you, and Cam watched?
They're all
Yeah,
Jake
yeah.
Paul.
And it was,
Oh,
and
I remember that one.
yeah, and they were literally
Watch
Alpha
it-
male.
yeah,
Yeah.
alpha males.
Like
Yeah,
gonna be alpha
Pyrocynicals.
males, dude. So
it's like we got 200 brothers in this house.
yeah, it's the
Oh my
fact that
God.
The thing is, there are so many films about like American teenage life. How many films are there about like
It's
English
literally in
teenage
between
life?
us, and that's the closest thing that's ever.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, there's Ladhood as well,
you
which
also
is
got
like
films about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
like
Oh,
we watch
yes.
things like they push like Skins, right? Bit extreme,
yeah.
What's skin?
kind of.
because like yeah, that happens, but not like to that extent. I mean, they're all.
There are
heroin.
people I know who have definitely seen Skins, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do better
The
than
Skins
that.
makes
and
out
now
like
they've
this,
gone just
like
mental.
everyone in every British school is a crack addict.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it's like it's not that bad.
Mhm.
I say In Betweeners is the most that
Yeah,
is
definitely.
like
The worst thing was whenever anyone got bullied at my high school, we'd all go, "Great banter," and the person had to be like, "Yeah, great banter, yeah," and fucking cry in the corner. Oh.
Well, there are sort of it was like a sister in high school, but they actually banned banter. How do you do that?
What's your banter? Imagine on the way in the big no banter.
They have, like, signs up that saying
that is banter.
Banter equals bullying and that kind of thing. They just go to banned banter.
It's like, "Did you have a good weekend?" "Yeah, you, none of that."
Oh my god. Banter equals
Banter.
bullying. I remember
equals
that was a
bullying.
massive meme, wasn't it? Was
Yeah.
it Alan Partridge? This is great banter.
Oh yeah.
It really is.
Love Alan Partridge. Steve Coogan.
Yeah, he's got a new film out.
Mm. Oh, yeah,
Greedy.
Yeah.
Something like
I want to see that because
that does look good.
what's his name? David Thingy. Mark Corrigan's in it. From
Mm.
Peep Show. And I'll watch anything with that guy in. It's great.
Do we all have one of those, like an actor or an actress who will just watch it because they're in it?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Because I thought that
Yeah.
with Margot Robbie until Birds of Prey come out, and I'm questioning it.
I've sort of thought that with Benedict Cumberbatch until we watched the new Grinch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen. Is it crap?
it was less than adequate. I've got to be honest.
Timothy Chalamet. I'll watch anything with him in it.
Well, you know the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yes.
Imagine that, but 10 million times worse.
Someone said that was. Who was it? Was it my dad who thought that wasn't a kids' film?
What, The Grinch?
No, I was like, no, it is a kids' film. Like, he's like, no. As he says, watching it in the middle of Feb. I was terrified of that. I've only watched that properly this Christmas. Is the first time I probably watched it because I was too scared.
Yeah, I watched the modern one before the Jim Carrey one.
I've only ever seen the Jim Carrey one. So.
Yeah.
I watched the Jim Carrey one properly this Christmas as well. Actually, I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like one of those films that everyone's like, "Oh yeah, The Grinch," and you find out that no one has actually seen The Grinch.
Sounds quite boring, but like Will Smith is one of those actors I just couldn't see because he's in it. Because I don't know, he's very versatile.
Do you see Spies in Disguise? Yeah.
That's the point.
His acting that's phenomenal. He turns into a bloody pig.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no place. Versatile. But yeah, when you think back, like I don't know, I watched me and my girlfriend watched Aladdin the other night. And
How'd that go?
it was really good actually.
The new Aladdin or the old?
Yeah, the new one, and he's really good in that because people are comparing it because the genie in the old one, Robin Williams, was really good.
It's definitely like a massive challenge to take up a role like by Robin Williams because he is quite amazing.
I remember having a nightmare when I first saw the first Aladdin trailer, for the new one, because Will Smith's arms just didn't move properly. They were like, "Yeah, I'm the genie."
He's made of smoke. So
and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, give him some slack. He's actually not a human being.
Just Will Smith, not the character of the genie.
Yeah,
because Will Smith is
mind
not
you,
a
we were
human
watching
being.
it. It was the second time I watched it, and it is up until you meet the genie. It's quite boring, and then he comes into it.
That is Aladdin though, like.
Yeah,
That's a general rule for life. Up until you meet the genie, it's quite boring.
I'm still waiting to meet it.
Yeah.
We're still pre-genie.
Oh.
Just makes me want the genie watching them.
We should have a film night where we watch films that we used to be terrified of. Like, I'll happily watch Help, I'm a Fish tonight. I might need to hold
weird,
someone's hand
I've
for
never
the
seen.
experience.
It's weird though. I haven't seen that film since I was about 6. Like advertised anywhere on any platforms.
It's when you said to me, "Oh no, Troy, I'll watch Us with you," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, but like Us is good.
No, but
Yeah, we need to get Troy to watch a horror film.
no, we don't.
I've got
because
Friday the 13th. Can we watch that?
just to let you all know, if I'm gonna watch a horror film with you, you're all staying up with me.
We can do that.
What do you mean staying up?
For like the remainder of the movie.
No, for the whole night, because I'm not going to bed.
He's next to you.
Just like close your eyes and stuff.
Yeah, just go and bunk in with Jack.
No, please don't.
Yeah, but there's double mattress.
Double mattress.
Heroin mattress.
My sister's got 2 mattresses.
You could literally just get a mattress for a double bed and like fold it over.
You just fling off to the other side of the room.
DIY house.
Sims.
Really pushing how much we can fit into that really small space that is our rooms.
I'd love to like play Uni on Sims.
Speaking of which, I do actually have it. We need to start our Doughty house on it again. The Sims.
Oh, the customization was questionable.
Should we do a Let's Play series on our podcast
We
channel?
should.
Let's play The Sims.
I just freshly pirated the University DLC, so we
What
can
do you
do
mean
it.
freshly?
You
Freshly pirated.
online.
Oh, it's fine. It's not like I'm going to get arrested. Or anything.
I'm surprised you didn't like hack. Remember the surveillance fan that was going around?
Mates, I used a VPN. I'm a certified hacker.
Again, this is going online.
Yeah, we can edit this out.
We probably won't.
No,
We definitely
we're
won't.
going to forget about this. I mean, there's a part of the last episode where I was listening to it, and then you were just like, "It's okay, we'll edit this part out in post," and then we just did.
Yeah, we did that
because I was listening to it on the YouTube channel, and I was like, "Oh, whoops."
Oaks.
And we edited it in like 10 minutes. You did the Oscars thumbnail.
And then the uploading took about 5 hours.
Did it?
It took
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, we probably need to make more effort with the editing bit.
No, mate, that was sick.
It was good for our first time.
We'll
we
try
can
and,
get better with every
We
episode.
had a good response as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We'll try and add like more photos in this time, I think. So like when we're talking about a subject, we can put a photo up.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
this
we can do that.
this video isn't sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, but you can like and subscribe
Yes.
because it does help.
Yeah, we did
I
get
thought
a
you'd
good
like to
response
shout out
actually.
Raid Shadow Legends.
I don't know.
We did get a good response, you know. It's been up for 8 days now. We're on over 160 views, so
No.
Should we plug the Insta?
How long have we been filming for?
I've stopped timing.
Oh right, okay.
Big challenge.
Because I started timing.
Stop
and
time
then-
by about
and
10
then,
minutes in.
Like 5 minutes into the time, we were like, right, should we start? I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it seems like we're wrapping up now, but before
Yeah.
we do, I feel like we should establish the worst film of
Wait.
childhood and the best film ever.
So
Of
best
childhood.
talks about
Best childhood film ever.
Thunderbirds and the Iron Giant, all those.
Oh,
ones,
the
yeah.
Iron Giant, Troy. Woo!
All right, we've got some more discussion to do.
No, we haven't. We've
I'm
gone
going
too
to
long.
cry because the Iron Giant exists.
We were doing this at like 6:15 or something. And it's now. I don't know what. It's like 7.
7:26.
What was that?
7:26
I think we've
it is.
just been going up for over an hour, so.
No one's gonna want to listen to this for over an hour.
We have floor 2.
We have my mom.
I don't know. Can we do a best and worst of all
We've got
time?
to establish like a best one between the group.
Oh,
really.
I don't know. I definitely don't think we could do a best.
I
We
don't know.
might be able to just about agree on a worst.
I mean,
Well, okay. Worst film that we all saw as a kid.
Are we doing like the worst as in
Oh,
skin?
man.
Just
Yeah, but
quality.
are we like a teenager?
What?
Are we?
what?
are we a teenager?
Oh,
Are
like a
we-
teenager? I mean, we're 5 teenagers.
What are we gangster?
No, but like. But are we like teenagers when we watch these films?
You're also saying like, what's the worst childhood
Yeah.
film? Okay.
I'd say what pre-13.
Oh, pre-13.
Like
Okay.
before
So
teenager.
everything we saw before we were
teenager.
13.
What's that?
Could you search up when did Batman vs Superman come out?
2016.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it was definitely
2016.
after.
That's not a childhood film. You can't say that.
No.
You can't put that in.
Okay, Suicide Squad. No chicks.
Suicide Squad would
God,
be the
there are some
worst
awful
kids
ones
film
recently,
ever
isn't
made. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What's
Disney
Alright.
must have done some horrible.
List of films considered the worst. Wikipedia. Why is that a list?
Classic.
Is it a kids film
thousands.
or is it just like all films?
No, it's just like all films.
there's like
Yeah,
what?
these-
There was like one kids film.
Actually, yeah, I'll throw Avatar in because we all didn't like that.
Yeah, true,
That's
yeah.
so bullshit.
I loved Avatar.
Get out.
Oh, God, there's always one in it.
See, there you go.
Oh,
It's
look,
like-
You know,
told
what
you,
you
told you
they
we'd
go
be
like
able to
1 in
agree
5
easily.
people like Avatar.
Yeah.
It's like Pocahontas in space, isn't it?
Pocahontas in space.
Fucking not because you don't see John Smith.
That's all you
turn
need is the
into
plot.
a
Like
native-
Yeah.
someone who's
John
never
Smith.
seen it before. It's like Pocahontas, but in
No, but the blue
space.
people are an allegory for Native Americans or something.
No, but you don't see John Smith like colour up in.
Who's John Smith?
You haven't seen
blonde
Pocahontas,
guy in
though?
it.
Oh, the Oh, I thought you were talking about an actor. Never mind.
No, but you don't see him colouring up, do
I know,
you?
John
Him-
Smith's got to be the worst Disney name of all time.
Oh yeah,
John
we have
Smith.
Prince Charming, we have Prince Eric, we have John
John
Smith.
Smith and Pocahontas.
You know, they didn't actually get married when they were in real life.
Oh yeah, the real life story is quite dark. I've
Yeah.
heard.
I hear.
Like they both died horribly or something.
Yeah.
Ouch.
They got scalped and massacred or
I
something.
think some of the worst ones of our childhood are probably sequels of good films.
Yeah.
Monsters University.
That was pretty
Oh,
That
you
was
see,
okay,
I
that was
didn't mind
okay.
that.
I didn't like it.
I didn't mind that.
I wasn't a fan of that.
Um,
I think compared to the first one, there was just.
You know, obviously it was nothing compared to the first one, but I didn't think it was awful.
Well, all those like Christmas ones that they made, like it was like a Shrek Christmas, and it wasn't.
Oh no,
related to
Shrek the
story at all.
Halls.
Shrek the Halls.
But that was good. It wasn't a film. I think it was like
A short film, wasn't it?
half an hour.
Yeah.
It was.
there were
But
those really shitty Disney Channel ones that were just like complete
Oh,
turds.
I loved the Wizard of Waverly Place film.
Oh, those were good. Yeah.
That made my childhood. That was completed. That was the cherry on top.
Young Jack, like he fancied the fuck out of Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
It's not gonna die, that.
Well, here's some highlights from the internet. We've got Baby Geniuses, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which we were talking about earlier. The review for this is scathing. Mr. Conductor's supply of magic gold dust runs out, and so does the audience's patience with creepy train engines that talk without moving their mouths. There's a live-action Pinocchio with a 50-year-old man playing the boy puppets.
What?
Yeah, it looks really weird.
I don't know. You said The Last Airbender earlier on that one. That's just come up as
Yeah.
one of the worst films. So,
Last Airbender could be one that we could agree on. Has anyone got any objections against The Last Airbender?
I mean, I haven't personally seen it, but
Spy
I
Kids
remember
3.
seeing the trailer.
No, that
Spy
was
Kids
so good.
Such a good film.
3.
Yeah, Spy Kids 3D where they had the
Incredible.
space suits.
It's the fourth one that you need to worry about. Has anyone seen the fourth one?
Oh, that's one where they're adults and they come back, isn't it?
Yes.
Alvin
Yes.
and the Chipmunks.
That one was dreadful.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks 2 was maybe the worst thing I've ever seen.
Like,
That was pretty
They made a lot of
horrific.
sequels.
If you
They
make
didn't
any,
need to make any
if you
more.
make a sequel and you call it a squeakquel,
Well, the one for the third one was worse, which was Shipwrecked. I think they're like getting a ship and they sink and drown or something.
Roll credits.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a swimming
I think
chipmunk.
it's,
so
I
I'm
think it's
actually-
either Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I don't fancy their chances.
So should we vote on either Alvin and the Chipmunks 2 or the Last Day of Ender?
I'm gonna give it Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I'm gonna go for Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah,
Alvin and the
same.
Chipmunks, yeah.
So there you go.
that's
the
the
worst-
worst
Fuck you, Alvin and the
film.
Chipmunks.
Never show your kids this film.
If you do, then
The first
we'll
one's
come
okay.
and Not tap you.
Yeah, the first one was okay.
It wasn't great, but it was alright.
The idea of a talking chipmunk, it was kind of cool at that time. Then
At the time, yeah.
Free
then they
talking
made
chipmunks
a,
as well.
a squeakquel.
They
Yeah.
probably did though, because it was a big hit, the first one.
Someone must have like sat in like the executive suite and went, "How about we do not a sequel, a squeakquel?"
Everyone just stood and clapped.
They probably hired someone just to make up puns.
That was
Gotta
like,
get them puns in.
it was like electricity in the brain. Like it just came and you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god!
Big light bulb moment.
It's like that part in Imitation Game where you see Alan Turing like running.
Yeah.
He's like running to the office. He's like, guys. I've got it.
Just like a tear rolls down and he goes squeakquel.
Oh, so stupid.
I mean, there's a few ones like Mac and Me that are worth mentioning but don't really count.
Yeah, because McDonald's made that because they didn't have the rights to ET, so they were like, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And so yeah.
So since we can't come up with a joint favourite film, should we just like put forward our favourite films and then we'll do the ending?
We've done that for like the last hour.
Yeah, but we need to put like our
Yeah,
all of all time our favourite film of childhood.
All time.
Remember Barnyard?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cow tipping.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I could do an all-time
I'm just
childhood
gonna
favourite.
say Goofy movie. It's just incredible.
Nice, okay.
I'm gonna say Toy Story.
I'll say Stonky and Stinker.
Whatever it was.
And here we go.
That can't be your favourite if you say whatever it was.
Slappy and the Stinkers. Okay.
Donkey and the Stinkers.
I don't know, to be honest.
Stonky.
I'm gonna do a joint one. I'm gonna go Over the Hedge and Flushed Away.
Oh,
Oh, does
Flushed
the
Away is
Princess
good.
Bride count? Oh, is that one?
Yeah. If you saw it as a kid, it counts. Unless it
Cool
was.
Runnings was my favourite
Oh
movie as a
yes.
child.
I'm gonna go with Iron Giant and thank you, Jack. I'm gonna go with Iron Giant and I had a really good film in mind. Cars. Just yeah. I can't think of the films.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna say Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
No.
Okay, so we've got a rough idea, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Now we need to finish off the podcast.
Wrap it up.
Go on then, Jack. How'd you say goodbye in
Swedish.
what are we? Swedish.
Swedish. Oh, actually, my brother learns Swedish.
I've got to
Exactly, of
plug the
course.
Instagram real quick
Why Swedish?
before we end.
No idea.
Yeah.
We'll let Jack look up a language quickly, so we
okay.
can
What
plug
is
the
it, Swedish?
Instagram.
So we can say
Swedish.
what's our exact Instagram called? Oh yeah, it's called Films with the Fellas. Just straight to the
Yeah.
point.
Straight
You
up.
can't miss it. It's the one that has our logo as
Again,
the
if you
thing.
don't follow us, we'll kidnap your firstborn.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
At the moment, we have 23 followers. We'll see you next week when we're on 25 million.
If Jake Paul can do it, then so can we.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It says Add Joe on here. Yeah.